Hello everybody and welcome back to Neptune's Rings. We're back here today with Kerbal Space Program. I don't know why I blinked on that. And I have the Canada rocket here with us because I got a request to go to Canada. And I don't know that there is a Canada in Kerbin, but we will try. We will head north. Um, like I said in the last episode, this is probably going to end up being me building a rocket and coming back to y'all to show y'all what the purpose of the rocket is, fly the mission, and we'll spend all our research. We'll pick up new missions and then we'll go from there. Just to save on time so y'all don't get stuck here with me building rockets for like 20 minutes. We can get some footage done. The goal for this episode is one, to go and discover Canada with a K because Kerbal's Kerbin. um, as well as we're going to go to the moon today. We will go to the moon. Not because they're easy, but because they are hard. See if y'all know who I was quoting. Okay. And we should be ready to launch. I almost forgot though. I did pick up this contract to test the heat shield while landed. And I very sneakily put it right here under my parachute, so hopefully that doesn't mess with my parachute at all. Run the tests, got the data, finished record. Oh, milestone data complete. Interesting. I did do a few missions in between episodes to kind of get some funds. You can't see it on the screen, actually it's over here. There it is, some funds, as well as a little bit of research. I spent the research. Oh, okay. Oh. Sometimes it's hard to. There we go. I'll pin these over here so that I can see them in flight and actually take the science. There we go. Put that there. And one more. I'll put this one over here. Perfect. And like I said, I did do a little bit of off-camera grinding, and I got this new Science Junior to run science, so that'll be good. Okay, and we're ready for launch. We're gonna head due north and see what we can find. And hopefully not just completely butcher this mission, which I might have already. Yeah, we're going very far north very quickly. Oh boy. Well, we'll see if we can recover it. Looks like it's not as bad as it once looked, or it first looked. I remembered in the last episode I completely blanked on what this was called. This is the nav ball. It's very important, very helpful. Oh. Oh god. Yeah, so like I said, butchering the mission. There we go. Recovered it. Yeah, so that wasn't too bad, but we need to be very careful about doing stuff like that. We are at way too shallow of an angle right now. We need to get through. Oh, well, that's great. We're already out of fuel, so we'll see where we land. Oh, I should take some. We'll take a temperature data, unpin that, and then we'll take some pressure data, unpin that, and maybe we'll look at some goo. Oh, we already did that one, so we'll just leave that be for now. And we're going to do the Science Junior once we land in the frozen north, or whatever is north that we end up encountering. We definitely won't make it to the frozen north, but we are going north. So we are trying. Definitely did not do the most optimal trajectory there, but that's okay. It's all about learning as you go. And really, like, I just wanted to get some science for the most part. We don't have the most advanced parts currently, so we do what we can because we must. There goes that. That'll just blow up. Bye. Bye. Okay, so we'll just speed this up a little bit. Just so we're not falling for like 10 minutes, which we wouldn't be, but yeah, so this is helpful. So see, we're on the mountains now, so we're closer to mountains than sea level. And when you get to like really tall mountains, you're at like 1,500 meters, and then you hit the mountain. So yeah, that was very frustrating at times before they added that quality of life. So we're going to take this next pressure data when we land. We're going to take a mystery goo. Pressure. Oop, we fell over. Mystery goo. Log temperature. And we're going to get this material science bay, which gives us a decent amount of science. We're going to do a crew report. I'm going to see if I can get out and do an EVA report. Nope, we already have one. That's fine though. Oh, my helmet's still off. That's dangerous. If you go out in space without your helmet, you die. I feel like that was kind of self-explanatory, but die, and we will lose Jebediah to a cloud of smoke. That's never good. Okay, so we're gonna go and spend our science now. We got 60 science to spend. I ended up gaining stability, so we have the radial decouplers, some new fins, and a nose cone, as well as basic science. Sorry. This is where we got that Science Junior from, as well as we have an experiment storage unit for if we ever send probes up. We have antennae, or an antenna, radiators, and a probe core, so we can start sending probes into orbit. So that'd be neat. Which we might, no, not yet. I want to get solar panels before we start sending probes, because otherwise they're just going to die because they'll run out of power too soon. I think our next goal is going to be not flight control, advanced rocketry. Yeah, because this is for making planes. This is also useful for planes mostly. I mean, the fins are pretty helpful, but it's mostly for planes. Struts are very good. Yeah, looks like we're gonna go for general rocketry for now. That'll give us some bigger fuel tanks. And the Terra engine, which is very efficient in space. Not so much on Kerbin. And we'll see what contracts we have available. Not much really that I'm seeing interest in. They're not going to get very interesting until we start breaking the atmosphere. So we're actually going to pick up this one because it expires in 2 days. So I'm going to pick that one up just so we don't lose it. I don't think we have like a deadline. Yeah, we don't have a deadline to complete it. Oops. So, okay. I will see y'all when I finish our rocket, which is going to go suborbital to the frozen north, hopefully this time. Actually, everybody, welcome back. We have our Canada Mark II rocket here. Sorry about that, I have really bad allergies. Right here, ready to go. We have our 2 solid rocket boosters here, strapped to the sides. They're going to help give us initial boost. Then we have our Reliant engine, which is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting. Well, I say heavy lifting, it's not that powerful yet, but it'll do the job. Up here we have our new Terrier engine, which how do I lock this? There we go. Over here you can see has very low thrust, especially at sea level. However, the ISP is awful at sea level as well, but in the vacuum it's very high, which means it's very efficient in vacuum. So hopefully the goal is to have these solid rocket boosters in this first stage get us into orbit or suborbit. And then this little guy will push us the rest of the way. This might be a bit of overkill. It also might not even get us where we want to go, so oops. Oh god. Okay. We want these all to light at once. And now eject. Sorry about that. Okay, I think the staging's correct now. Very important to make sure all these stages are in the right order, or things go catastrophically wrong. But that should be it. That's our Canada rocket. And we have our same science setup here. I was considering only including the Science Junior, but I was looking and the impact tolerance is only 6 meters per second, and I'm pretty sure that with the one parachute that this will be falling faster than 6 meters per second. So I've had problems in the past where that will explode because it touches down too fast, and that's never good. Which I guess theoretically this would, yeah, this is a 9 meter per second impact, and I think we're still going faster. I think we're closer to 12 when we touch down with the Science Junior. So I included the service bay because it has a 14 meter per second impact tolerance, and I know that will be fine. Alright. Okay, we got this, guys. Here we go. We're gonna go up a lot higher this time before we start turning. That was a big mistake in the first launch. Those. See, I forgot to throttle up. I told you that was important. Okay, once we get about 15 kilometers, we'll start turning. We can do it a little bit now, just to get us away from the launch pad. I just don't want to overdo it and then end up leaning far over like we did in the last one. Open our maneuver so we can see how high we're getting. Okay, we're gonna start pitching over a little bit more because we're not nearly where I wanted to be. We're getting a lot higher this time though. Alright, we can pitch over significantly more. Oh yeah, we're doing fine. I was a little more conservative on this launch than necessary. That's fine though. Okay, we're gonna throttle this guy down for now, because he's not very efficient up at this point. Let's coast up into orbit, because you can see we will get up into orbit. And we'll just slowly burn a little bit more. Excuse me, sorry. We're gonna just go point towards the horizon and burn for now. Actually, this is close enough. We'll just burn hard. I'm gonna take this Science Junior observation while we're here. Actually, I'm gonna wait until we're up in space. I don't want to be lugging that into space very often. Take Mystery Goo while we're up here, though. Oh, I already have it apparently. There we go. And we're now in space. We're gonna keep that. Check your Mystery Goo. We have it. I think we have a crew report from space too. Yep. Don't think we have pressure though. Nope, we do. Temperature? Yep. Yeah, so our science is burned out for now. I know I said we're going to look for Canada, but I think our first objective here is going to be to get into a stable orbit, hopefully. Yeah, we're almost there. I say almost there, that's a long way to go still. We're going to try to get into a stable orbit, and we'll make an orbit, complete our contract for orbit, and then we'll land probably at the ice caps. See if they've heard of this Canada. Oh my god, this orbital parameter thing right here is so helpful. Like I said before, you'd have to go over here into the map and look at that and kind of guess where your periaps and apoaps are and have your nav ball up so you can control it. And it was just a mess. It's so much nicer to just be able to look at your rocket from here. Um, yeah, we're burning still. Oh, that was us getting orbit. See, apoaps is 196, almost 200 kilometers. Our periaps is above 75, so now we are in orbit, which is perfect. So we're just, well, actually, yep, completed that contract. Achieved orbit. Come on. And we might actually just coast along here for a little bit. Until we can get to the higher portion of our orbit. Can't remember what the cutoff was for high orbit above Kerbin. But hopefully that will get us about there. So we can take some more science. The sun. Nope, we're still in space near. That's fine. Let's keep on trekking along. God, I love this game. It's so beautiful. If anyone is here from the first episode or read my channel description, this is what I'm going to school for, so it's just that much cooler, in my opinion at least. So Space New Kerbin. If one of y'all could leave me a comment of where the cutoff is, that'd be helpful. I can probably also look it up, but is that the moon over there? It's the moon. What is that? I don't know if y'all can see that over there. It's just like a dark spot on Kerbin. I think it's the moon because it's going behind it. Yeah, it's the moon. Which actually, no, we're in a pretty bad spot for a lunar injection. We have nowhere near enough fuel, so that's not going to work. I'm going to look at the map and try to figure out when we need a burn to come back down over the ice caps. which actually we can probably burn now. Yeah, this is not ideal, but we can probably burn now and bring us down there. Okay, I'll lock that there. We're just gonna bring down our orbit. Okay, and we're gonna overshoot slightly, because as we go through the atmosphere, the aerodynamic forces are gonna slow us down, so it's gonna bring our trajectory inward a little bit. So that should be bringing us home. I'm gonna close these up before we get them knocked off. Okay. And we will time warp in a little bit. Okay, we gotta ditch the engine. I don't want to, but we have to so we can point our heat shield in the right direction, because otherwise we will burn up. And I believe just because of where the center of mass is on this craft, we have to keep SAS on to maintain our stability as we go through the atmosphere. Sometimes if it's just a capsule, it'll automatically do it for you, but when it's not weighted correctly, the best of ways, you have to be careful. Just why are we spinning? That's weird. You see on the map while we're kind of turning. I don't know why that is. It's weird. It's not us rotating, it's us like actually spinning. Ooh, ooh, ooh. See that bar? That's us overheating. Gotta be very careful not to do that. It would be very unfortunate to lose this mission at this point. We're almost done. This is the most dangerous part of the mission. Just coming back into the atmosphere. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, no, 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 this is not good. Come on, come on, get back in there, get back in there. No, stop. Okay. As you can see, I gotta fight it because we're not weighted quite right to just naturally be left on the right axis, and we're about to start losing it. No. Oh god, this is not good. Okay, ooh, okay, we're coming out of it. We made it. Just barely. Ooh, that was close. Okay. And we are going to land in the ice caps. Let's see if we can find anyone who's heard of this Canada. We'll speed it up a little bit. Turn on till ground, not sea level. Alright, parachute. Just a little bit farther. You can see the shadow. That's how you used to have to navigate, is by shadow to know when you're going to hit ground. And we made it. Okay, and I am back. I got the science, and we're going to get the solar panels. Ideally, I would want to also get the fuel systems, but we can make it without it for now. And I might have been a little bit confusing. Say going to moon, we're probably just gonna do a flyby this episode, and we'll land next episode, plant a flag, it'll be great. But for now, we're just gonna do a flyby, and I will be back when our flight ready to go. Okay guys, I'm back with our MUN or bus rocket. I'm not entirely sure if it'll fly correctly. We don't have struts to keep these stable, so hopefully they won't go crazy. There's a problem with these, they're kind of powerful, so they might wobble a lot, so hopefully they stay in place. We got rid of the Science Junior because it's too heavy, and we're gonna see if this works. That, and in this game you can upgrade your facilities. Like, see, I upgraded the launch pad because we needed the capability to launch more mass. I have not upgraded our tracking station, so that means I have no pre-planned orbital trajectories. So this is just by the seat of my pants. And launch, I guess. I already see an error in my design. Excuse me. Hopefully it's not as bad as I anticipate. We're gonna let the solid rocket boosters do most of the heavy lifting on the way up until they burn up. Tilting a little bit to the left. It's not great. We want to tilt to the right. Okay. And they're about to burn out. Bye. Okay, I have no control to go to the left. Or right. I want to go right. Pitching as hard as I can to the right, and it does not want to go. There we go. Now we're starting to drift. Yes, this was not at all an ideal orbit. Our gravity turn. We're way higher than I wanted to be. Yep, we're in orbit. We're not in orbit, we're switched to orbital. Yeah, ideally by this point we wanted to be much farther over. At least, this is 45 degrees. That's fine though. We have a lot of delta V in our next stage, so hopefully that'll remedy our problems. We want to go way, 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 way over. Doing this very inefficiently. We'll go into orbit though. Yeah. I had more control over our tilt. Better. The problem was the solid rocket boosters were on our axis that we were tilting on. So the aerodynamic forces were kind of working against us, and as we tilted over, they were becoming unbalanced, which was trying to naturally balance itself out, but that's not what we wanted. This episode might be a little bit long. I might do some edits to cut it down as well. Come on. Ooh. This might be close, actually. Can I revert to space station? Or I can. Oops. Just a little bit more. There we go. We're in orbit now. Check where our... I guess it's not at all an ideal trajectory. Don't have the delta V to get there. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Sorry about that. As you can see, this is the Mark II Munner bus. I launched another one. I probably won't include in the video, but there are some design flaws in it. These boosters were here where these fins are, so it interrupted our gravity turn, as well as we didn't have proper fins to turn us very well. So hopefully this will help us to get into a much better orbit, as well as I forgot the solar panels entirely, as well as the batteries. So that would have been unfortunate. We would have definitely lost Jebediah. Let's see if this launch goes any better. Put it in the video, so hopefully we make it. We're gonna let the solid rocket boosters here do most of the heavy lifting on the way up. Conserve our own fuel, because it will be tight. For some reason this is very similar to what happened to the last launch. We're having a hard time tilting to the right, which is the direction we want to go, and it's naturally wanting to tilt to the left for some reason. Not at all ideal. Well, this is unfortunate. There we go. Saved it, but I don't know if it'll be good enough. But this is the perks that come with slow energy Kerbins. You have for pilots, you get these little nodes that you can click on, so your pilot will automatically align to these nodes, which is super helpful. As well as there's engineers and scientists, which get their own perks, but I've never really played much with them, so unfortunately I don't know what their perks are, but I guess we'll learn together. There we go. Kind of brought it back, but I don't think it was in time. Believe it or not, this is slightly better than our first launch went. Only slightly though. I might actually just include them both, because it doesn't look like we're gonna make it in this flight. Yeah. Even if the moon was perfectly lined up, we're not quite in the right angle for it. We'll play it through and see what happens. Oops, wrong button. Well, now I'm scared to play it through. Yeah, no, that's not gonna make it to the moon. If we did, we would never get Jebediah back. So unfortunately, we don't seem to be making it there today. I've made a liar of myself. But I can promise you this, next episode we will come back and we will most definitely make it to the moon. I guess while we're up here we'll, take advantage of being high up in space. Take some science. There we go. And, well, I guess that's gonna be it for poor Jebediah for now. He's not going to the moon today. Where is the sun? There it is. Point it that way. Yep. Sorry guys, we didn't quite make it, but we did our best. But for now, this has been Neptune's Rings, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.